keep real people around you. I was lucky, like, I be real, to have my parents, like my father, like, I hit the lottery. I don't know if anybody be lucky enough to have Charles Howard Jones as their father.
I love
or grow up
that.
in Ivy Hill, which was Newark, but it was the best part of Newark, right?
I love that.
You know what I'm saying? So it's
Yeah.
like, in terms of culture, like, I'm going to tell you, right? I grew up on Fleetwood Place in Ellery. Right up the street is Velsburg High School, where Wyclef went to high school.
Yep.
Lauren is up the street. Rod Digger is up around the corner. Mark Homie is around the corner. Right? So I grew up in such a rich culture, and then being a drummer in the church, I just was well-rounded. I was in the jazz band. I went to arts high school. Like, I was doing a lot of stuff. So whatever they was doing, I was never impressed with it. I was never impressed with anything that they...
Love it. I love that.
I wasn't doing it for that.
I love that. And you know what's so crazy? A lot of times, like, you'll see, like, today, right, you'll see fathers saying, like, you know, I got to take my daughter here and there so she's not easily impressed. And I love that as a young man that you had that same type of thinking process. Like, nah, I'm not easily impressed by that, because we always talk about the daughters, but what about the men being, and the young boys coming up being easily impressed by, you know, nonsense and drugs and, you know, useless sex and things of that nature. So I love that you stated that.
Yeah. Like I said, I hit the lottery.
Yeah. TK. Jersey. I've been on the grind, man. All it took was patience. That money on my mind, man. All I see is hating. He jocking on the low, man. You know the kid is wavy. Like how you mad at me when you know you're fucking lazy. Should've changed.
What's good, everybody? You are tuned in to the Health and Hip Hop Show. And we have a special guest. Anybody and everybody who is from Jersey doing the things that they want to do.
Right.
From Big Jers is special to me, special to this show, special to the world. And so I want to introduce father, life coach,
Right.
co-signs from Chuck D, Foxy Brown,
Right.
Joel Ortiz, has been on production teams with Trey Songz, Neo, The Locks, Tom Giss, Jersey artist Big Jers, Poppy Stewart's,
Right.
Drift, Swerve,
Right.
and so much more. So much more. You about to find out right now. Big Jers, Vertical Jones in the building.
I'm happy to be here. It's a
How
blessing.
are you?
I'm amazing.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes. It's so awesome to have you here. Thank you for taking the time to come on our show
Yes.
and tell your story and give some inspiration and hopefully help those coming up as well.
Absolutely. That's what we're here for.
Let's get it. Let's get it. So I know you watch some of our shows, which is great. We love the support.
Right.
So I'm sure you know, or maybe not know, that we always ask our famous question first. Who is your favorite hip hop artist and why?
Okay, so I have two, and I have to split them in two. So obviously it's Nas, right?
Okay. Obviously, you said obviously.
Obviously it's Nas. Just being so young, I started really getting into MCing really like in the 8th grade.
Okay.
And shout out Rowdy Ross from Ivy Hill. And I remember rewriting New York State of Mind, the first verse.
Okay.
Just putting my own spin on it.
Okay.
And me and Rowdy Ross in school, and just learning how to put words together like that. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Studying Nas, just somebody that was so prolific, so young. And then the other flip side of that would be Foxy.
Okay. Wow.
King is my favorite with Nas. I learned how to use my voice because my when I started to MC, my voice was a lot more heavier than everybody else's.
Okay.
So me and her voice is very similar.
Okay.
Right. And also the way that Foxy uses culture. Culture is a big part of hip hop. It's not just lyrics. It's the culture and the swing and
Absolutely.
the style.
Absolutely.
So, you know.
Wow.
Those two.
Okay. And what do you mean by like heavy for those listening? Like, what do you mean by like your voice
The tone.
is heavy? Okay.
Tone. You know what
Got
I'm
it.
saying? Where like some people, and some artists consciously use a higher register because it cuts through the beat a certain way.
Okay.
Like if you hear Meek Mill, right?
Yes.
His register is really high.
Absolutely.
He may not even talk like that, but he's using a high register.
Great
Then
point.
the engineer cut the low end so that it cuts through the beat. But
Okay.
for me, it's a little heavier. So there was only a few artists that voice was like that. It was Gilly the Kid. It was Foxy. Obviously, he was big. Rick Ross wasn't around yet. So who did I have to mirror in terms of how to use my voice? So, yeah.
I love that. I actually was thinking of another question too that I never actually got to ask, but anyone else? So I want to know, because I know you produce and you rap, right? So
Yeah.
who's your favorite artist that does both? Like, you know how Swiss does both or Kanye does both. Do you have a favorite artist that does both, or who would you say?
Not really. Tim was
If you
my
had to pick
guy.
one? If you had to pick one?
No.
None at
I
all?
don't feel like anybody that's really as proficient as I learned to be,
Okay, got you.
right? Only because as an MC, I studied great rappers, and as a producer, I studied great producers. So when it
Absolutely.
came together, it was a lot, and that's just because I studied it differently.
Got it. Okay.
I want to make sure that both was like at 100%. I don't think I don't know anybody that's like Black Milk from Detroit probably is the best
Got it. Okay.
producer rapper that's out.
Got it. Okay, I love that answer. Because a lot of times, a lot of producers, when they do rap, like mainstream, sometimes you don't pay attention to the rap as much if they come out beat first, like, production first sometimes, even though you do on a song. But when we talk about top 5 rappers, a lot of times, unless it's like Kanye, like I'm hearing that they'll put them in the top. But a lot of times you'll name the producers, but sometimes you don't think about like, oh, I'm gonna add Swiss as the rapper, even though Swiss has done tons of verses, but it's never like, why is he never on the list? Like, but it's crazy that he actually raps, but you don't think about him, but you think about him at the same time. So that's why I thought about that today. Like, I wonder like what you think about that. So I love that aspect of it, because that's probably why. Like,
People won't talk about Kanye in the MC category outside of his catalog, because the catalog is so strong. It's like, oh, Kanye. I'm just talking about just rap.
got it.
Right?
Yeah.
Beats and then rap. Black Milk is probably the best one outside of what I strive to be,
Understandable.
because of the way that I studied it separately.
Not understandable. That's why I wanted to ask that, because we haven't had. I actually think that you're pretty much the first producer. Like, we've had rappers, so I always ask, who's your favorite rapper? And of course, as a rapper, you can answer that question, because we're not gonna get as deep into studying production or studying instruments or studying any of that area
Right.
as you would as an artist. So of course I have an answer for that, but of course you've came up differently because of what you had to learn. So that's why I was like, I want to know that. But the fact that you don't have an answer, but have an answer, like you're saying Black Milk, but before you still are saying like, rap first and then production completely different, and you're saying still that there isn't besides Black Milk. So I love that answer, because
The thing that's crazy is I came up and I always surrounded myself with the best rappers. Like
Yeah.
Tom Gist was here. That's the bro.
Yeah,
Doc
shout out to Tom
Thigler.
Gist. Shout out to Docs.
Real
Shout out to
Less
Tom.
Promise,
Yeah.
Swerve, Drift. I always surrounded myself with the best
to Drift.
talent. Now, I was doing beats for Drift, Rolling Stone P, Swerve, Tom Gist, Docs, everybody. But I wanted to make sure that they respected my pen too.
Got it.
So being around that class of super rappers,
Yeah.
I had to make sure that I was at a certain standard. And I think a lot of the producers that rap don't do that.
Absolutely.
Prime example, when Jay had all of the dudes from Philly, State Property, Beans, that was the best version of Jay-Z. Mm-hmm. Right?
Absolutely.
When those
I
people
agree.
weren't
Agreed.
around, you notice
Yeah,
he still
agreed.
had the status and the voice
Yeah,
and stuff,
yeah.
but
Of course, yeah,
listen
absolutely.
to the dynasty. Listen to how he was
Absolutely.
really breaking it.
Absolutely.
So it's like that peer pressure is
Yeah.
a real thing.
Yeah,
That makes
absolutely.
you better. So I'm better
Absolutely.
because of my company.
Nah, absolutely. Honestly, Tom Gist made me better too, because years ago, I want to say, I don't even know, maybe 10, 15, this probably had to be 2015, 2010, somewhere between 2010 2015. I interviewed him on the UW network, and I just remember him saying like he writes every day. Like every day goes by, he writes something, whether it's a line, whether it's a verse, and that's something that I always have took and I've done for the last 10 years, and it has helped me tremendously. So I love that. I love that. I'm so excited to have you on. So let's get into this. Let's get into the juicy.
Thanks so much.
So 3rd grade, you started rapping. How did that come about?
It was the first season of The Simpsons.
Yeah, I saw that.
Bart Simpson had to rap.
Oh, okay.
And I was like, now granted, I'm from Newark. My older brother used to rap, used to run with the Orphans. I mean, rest in peace, GL. They ran with Red and all them, Diesel Don and the Governor. So I'm the little dude around elite company. But then I saw Bart Simpson. I'm like, I could do that. And then I wrote the rap. You know what I'm saying? Around the same time, Main Source, Breaking Atoms came out, and I heard Looking Out the Front Door. And that's the song that with the Simpsons that made me want to like rap.
That's fire. I love that. So in 6th grade, you joined the band. Is that what inspired you to get into producing? And like, because I saw that you in 6th grade, you joined the band, and then that kind of inspired, well, I'm assuming. How did you get into, what made you join the band, and did that have anything to do with you wanting to produce?
My best friend DK was in the band.
Okay.
So I joined it because of him.
Okay.
I obviously wanted to be in hip hop because my brother used to come home with these tapes and these stories like, yo, we was down here and opening up for the Woo and da 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 da. You know what I'm saying? And you know what I'm saying? Lauryn Hill was battling this girl, and you know what I mean? So I always wanted to be a part of the culture. But then I got into the band because my best friend was in the band.
Okay.
And funny story, I went to Mount Vernon Elementary School, Ivy Hill, which is like 3 blocks from where Lauren grew up at. But my music teacher used to listen to me rap, and I used to write Black Thought lyrics from the Roots, Do You Want More album. And I used to pretend that I was
in the 8th grade?
In the 6th grade.
That's amazing.
And I'm rapping Black Thought lyrics
So
to my
amazing.
music teacher, and she's listening to it, and I'm just like, you know, yeah.
That's fire. That's fire. So when you got to high school, you went to Arts High, right?
I did the legendary.
Yes, yeah. We can't bypass
Like
that.
Wayne
You're right.
Shorter, Sarah Vaughan, Michael B. Jordan,
Absolutely.
Stevie Glover.
Absolutely.
Right.
Yes. And I've seen that like you've had a lot of mentorship around that time. Can you talk about like the importance of like the mentors and who mentored you in high school and how that affected you?
Like the first month of school, the music teacher, Oscar Petty, saw that I had something and called my parents and immediately said he has something.
Wow.
And then he introduced me to the music technology teacher.
Wow.
And then me and my friend Hef started the Music Technology Club in Arts High School in 1996. We had our own studio in school and everything, and that started the, that school, you know what I'm saying, like practicing and like you was talking about, Tom Gist was talking about writing every day, making music every day, making songs every day, like that started it.
Wow. Okay. So take us from high school to college. So now like you graduated high school. What was next for you? Like, you started rapping in 3rd grade, started getting into the band 6th grade, 8th grade. Right. Now you're in high school. Right. Now you grown. Right. Now you on your own. You a man now. How was that for you during those early years in hip hop?
I got accepted to 5 Towns College in Long Island. Shout out John Bellion. John Bellion went there. Super. Best producer artist is John Bellion. Now I think about it.
Okay.
Amazing. Italian kid, amazing. Right? So my dad was like, all right, you have to January to get a record deal. And if you don't get no record deal, you going to college. And I got a production deal with Bankers Interscope. My friend Ox that just passed, rest in peace, Ox. He played Lotto at 8 Mile. We had a big deal with Interscope. Steve Stout, Anton, Foxy's brother. That's how I kind of got linked to that family. And that started my thing into the music industry as a young producer trying to be Swiss Beats at 18 with a backpack. Any producers, watch this. with a backpack full of zip discs, right? A SCSI drive and an MP2000 XL, right? And I'm traveling with a backpack full of SCSI discs to the studio and just going crazy like that. And that started my thing as a professional producer at 18.
Nice. Okay, so what came out of that? Like once you were 18 and you're signed to your production company, what was one of the first projects that you feel made you feel like, yo, I made it. Like I'm him. What was one of those projects for you?
It wasn't a project. I remember we was shout out Jim Nice. He was the A&R at that point at InScope. He got me in the Cheetahs. I was 19. And it took them like 20 minutes to get me in the Cheetahs. We in Cheetahs, and I'm in there with Gav. Shout out Gav, Foxy's brother Gav. I'm in there with Khalees. We got the bottle of Cristal. And I'm 19, and I'm just like, yo, this is a real thing. So that was the moment for me. But what I noticed as a young man, I noticed how everybody around me older was just falling off. It was drugs. It was the women. At that time, ecstasy just really became a thing.
You're right.
Because I watch how dudes would pop the E and then they would just get depressed. You know what I'm saying? Or they get all this money and then they start doing all this crazy stuff. So I just sat back and just was like doing the knowledge. Like, I don't want to be like that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that was the big thing. I never felt like I made it because I wanted to climb so far. I always give the analogy of Kobe being in Italy with his father, watching tapes of Michael Jordan. He's all the way in Italy, right? So by the time he went to Lower Marion in PA, nobody was even on his level not because he was cocky, he was aiming at something totally different. I wanted something totally different. I didn't want the money, the fame. I wanted to be the best at producing and at rhyming. So I just was going for something else. So I never felt like I made it, but that situation showed me how dangerous the industry could be when you get something too fast.
What were some of the steps that you took to make sure that you stay in that zone?
My family. My I grew up with a mother and father. I'm a preacher's kid. My parents were ministers. I still played the drums at church on Sunday in Plainfield. You know what I'm saying? So I was very grounded. My feet was on the ground the whole time. Where in our community, like my father was everybody's father.
I love that. That's so amazing.
You know what I mean? So my parents helped me to keep my feet on the ground. And I had a lawyer, West Indian woman, Yvette Sterling, downtown Newark. You know what I'm saying? Like, she wasn't playing. She was acting like I was her son. She got me up out of them contracts.
Wow.
So, you know, having a lawyer, having a family, and, you know, having my feet on the ground and my belief in God and, you know, that helped me.
No, I love that. Actually, because I had a question that I was like, I wonder where I'm going to throw this one at. So we're going to throw it in right now. What's a lesson? What's one lesson that you would give? You know what? I just thought about two questions. First off, wait, let me ask you this one. This just popped up in my head.
Okay.
At that age, right? If you could, what would be a lesson? Because how old were you? Around 19, right?
Yeah.
What would be a lesson, do you think, from that mind state that you would give somebody in that age bracket around 19? Like, meaning to like the way that you feel, right? Like, as far as and what you believe in, as far as staying grounded, staying healthy minded, right? And not getting into nonsense. But at 19, a lot of times we just want to do whatever. Like most average kids are just running around partying, even the kids that actually get good grades, right? So what would be a lesson that you would have at 19 that you think you would have told someone around that time frame?
Keep real people around you. I was lucky, like, I'll be real, to have my parents, like my father, like, I hit the lottery. I don't know if anybody be lucky enough to have Charles Howard Jones as their father. Or grow up in Ivy Hill, which was Newark, but it was the best part of Newark, right?
I love that.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, in terms of culture, like, I'm going to tell you, right? I grew up on Fleetwood Place in Ellery. Right up the street is Velsburg High School, where Wyclef went to high school.
Yep.
Lauren is up the street. Rod Digger is around the corner. Mark Homie is around the corner. Right? So I grew up in such a rich culture, and then being a drummer in the church, I just was well-rounded. I was in the jazz band. I went to arts high school. Like, I was doing a lot of stuff. So whatever they was doing, I was never impressed with it. I was never impressed with anything that they...
Love it. I love that.
I wasn't doing it for that.
I love that. And you know what's so crazy? A lot of times, like, you'll see, like, today, right, you'll see fathers saying, like, you know, I got to take my daughter here and there so she's not easily impressed. And I love that as a young man that you had that same type of thinking process. Like, nah, I'm not easily impressed by that, because we always talk about the daughters, but what about the men being and the young boys coming up being easily impressed by, you know, nonsense and drugs and, you know, useless sex and things of that nature. So I love that you stated that.
Yeah. Like I said, I hit the lottery. I don't know why none of that really affected me. That's maybe why when people look at my catalog, like I posted on Facebook all of the music I did, it's like 30 releases because I'm so enamored with the creative process. I just dropped the album in November, right? And now I'm dropping another one and then another. It's always about the work for me because I enjoy the creative process so much.
I love
So
that.
I guess the other lesson would be enjoy the creative process. That's the best part.
I love that.
Right.
So today's Vertical Jones, right? Today, in today's time, what's one lesson that you would give to producers or artists? What's one lesson that you would give producers and artists that are younger than you, right? What's one lesson that you would give producers that are your age? And what's one lesson that you would give producers or artists, whatever way you feel, older than you? So from each generation, younger, your age, and older, what's one piece of wisdom or piece of advice or lesson that you would give for all three?
I think owning your own platform is a huge thing.
And that's for everybody. That's for everybody. Okay.
Think about this, right? So I learned how to sing, right, from Vine videos, right? Vine was it was like TikTok before TikTok.
I remember Vine.
Like
So
6
second
videos, right? The videos will loop. And I will watch it, and I will learn how to do the thing, right? But what happened is these people that built these huge platforms on Vine, and then you go to Vine, and it ain't there. Right? You got 1 million followers on this platform, and it's gone. Now what you do? You go to Instagram, and it ain't the same. There's some people that got 1 million subscribers on YouTube and got 10,000 on Instagram, and the engagement ain't the same. So to own the platform, number one, whether it's a Shopify, whether it's a website, and the second thing is to tell your story. I was saying before we started, this is how you live forever, right? The people that's gone, I wish they had YouTube channels. I wish they had podcasts so I could just listen to my girl's voice, right? My baby mother passed, right? And we're going to get to it, right? But I wish that I could just hear her voice. I wish I could hear you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, I said the same thing.
Whatever your story is.
Yes.
And the third lesson is your life is way more interesting than your music is. I just realized that, right? So it's not just the music. You got to give them you too, right? Just like The Pursuit of Happiness, right? When the movie first starts, this is Will Smith. You don't realize that he stopped being Will Smith until his wife left and they're arguing and he's like, you're so weak. Go be happy then. Go be happy. And then when she left and then him and Jaden and everything that happened, you start to root for him. How are people going to root for you? Your story. It's the way that you connect.
Absolutely.
And I think that's the thing that people miss. It's not music. Right? So it's owning the platform. It's enjoying the process, and then it's like you have to tell your own story.
Absolutely. I love that. Is there any other advice? Those two?
You do those, all of these people online, is billions of people online, somebody gonna like it.
A lot of people, actually. Yeah, you're right. You absolutely right.
I'll give you one more. I did the extra credit.
Yeah.
It's
Extra credit? Okay.
Extra credit, right?
Okay, we at Sound University.
Now I'm saying, real
Lessons
shit.
right now.
We'll talk. Authenticity is a real thing. Right? You can be the best. A couple, maybe 15 years ago when I really started popping, there was a lot of Jay-Z clones out. Right? Talented, songs may be good, but you never go get that off. When you hear somebody that maybe got their own little thing, okay, I like that. You're more likely, you know what I'm saying? You can't ever be somebody else.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? I always believe I'm the best at being me. And all of my friends know I'm a very rare, peculiar kind of person. I'm very different, and that's okay because that's me. And if everybody just embrace their weird, the quirkiness,
absolutely,
embrace it.
Absolutely. So speaking of your own platform, Sound University, that's your platform, right?
Absolutely.
Can you let us know what that is and how that started?
After my deal with Interscope, I figured out how important it is for me to own my own platform. So have my own studio, producing my own music, writing it, have my own publishing. Shout out James Leach, rest in peace. James Leach just died from CSAC. He recruited me. Own publishing, own producer, you know what I mean? Doing the website, HTML, JavaScript. We talking about
HTML.
Now I'm taking you back. We talking about Black Planet.
Where you had to type the
right.
marquee.
MySpace. Back then, now we go back 20 years now. Before Facebook was nobody was even on Facebook yet. You know what I'm saying? So it's like I had to control every aspect of it. So what I noticed was a lot of artists were still going to these big studios. Why are you going to the studio for? To work on an idea. Shout out Clico.
Shout out to Clico.
The best engineer
Shout
around.
out to Clico. He done a lot of my music.
You know what I'm saying? Me and him
Shout out to Clico.
I need to had a situation back in the day, a deal situation back in the day. But I know when to call Clico to go to the big studio, and I know when I need to craft it at home. The studio is a lab, a laboratory. This is where you try your ideas, right? And a lot of the ideas you're not even supposed to let people hear. You're just working on it. Faith comes by hearing. So the more that you do it, the more that you hear your voice in the headphones. Remember the first time you heard your voice in the studio on the microphone? Ooh, that's all right? So part of it is my heart for women, right? A lot of women are put in so many bad situations, compromising situations because they don't got the information. You got your own car. You got your own apartment. You got an extra room. You got a decent credit while you have your own studio. You got a computer. What's the problem? Nobody's telling you. They're telling you, get sexy, come to the studio, 12 o'clock at night, bunch of horny dudes drinking Remy, and you get taken advantage of. You get passed around the room.
Absolutely.
So my thing is, if these artists, women and everybody, if they knew how to go about creating their own sound, to create their own music. Now, I don't know about getting rich and all that, but I'm talking about from the idea to the shit coming through the speaker, that's what I'm a master at, right? Along with that, with the mental health aspect of it, I became a life coach because mental health is a real thing.
Absolutely.
Not just in the community, for artists.
Absolutely. That's something that's literally why I have Health and Hip Hop. That's what the show is about, because when we talk about mental health, there is something that in the rap community, or just in the hip hop community itself, it's a ongoing thing, right? And when you have two parents, when you have a sturdy culture around you, like that you actually love, like in your home and around you, you have places where you could take breaks. You have places where you can positively release, right? You have people that can say, hey, Vertical, like, what's going on with you? Because they know you, because they care about you.
Right.
And so in hip hop, a lot of times people are taking their pain, or in just in music in general, not even just in hip hop. A lot of times we're taking things that we go through, and the last stop is the music. But that's the first release, but that's not still dealing with the actual situations that that occur. So I love that. So let's talk about that. Let's talk about mental health. Let's talk about life coach. How did that start for you, like being a life coach? And
my mom was my mom went through the whole life coach thing, and then the person that was in charge saw me going live, because I used to go live every Sunday and just do a lecture about some aspect of creativity. And she was like, I need him. And she recruited me and allowed me to go through the process. I'm a life coach, but I can't tell you about life. I can teach creative people how to last. You know what I'm saying? How to not kill yourself.
Absolutely.
I'm a suicide survivor. You know what I'm saying? And I wear it proudly. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of people in music, the number one thing is comparison. And that's why social media is so crazy, because you'll do something that you love, and then you go, I do something I know is the raw shit in the world, and then I go on Instagram and I see something and it just makes me feel like dirt. Just like that, comparison. They say comparison is a thief of joy. It's a real thing.
Absolutely.
Imagine if you never compared yourself to anybody. You just enjoyed what you did and released it and just continued to do it.
Absolutely.
So that it's a big thing. It's not it's the biggest issue for creators.
Absolutely. And honestly, even when it comes to just everything we do, meaning the jobs, like, so even if you're not in a creative space and you're at the workplace, a lot of times people are stepping on people's back because they're comparing what you think someone has or what you think you deserve compared to where you figuring out what you deserve is from someone else's winnings. Like for you to figure out where you're getting the idea of what you deserve from, it's what you've seen somebody else win. So, comparison in hip hop and in social media is absolutely detrimental. But then just talk about the comparison just from siblings. From like when siblings grow up, oh, how he get that and I didn't get that? That's not fair. And these are things that we actually do from young age.
I give you a scenario. And The second part of the mental health thing is giving away your power. Right?
Okay, what do you mean by that?
We in the studio, we making the joint
Okay.
fire. We like, yo, this is crazy. The man call you like, yo, we got a meeting with so and so. We gonna go to Def Jam and play this for them. Now you nervous. Now we're in there. Now we explain. Now you're explaining. It's not really mixed, but now they're sitting around. In the industry, they're not supposed to. Before the meeting starts, nobody respond. I don't care if it's James Brown. Don't move.
Which is crazy.
Because they have to create the leverage.
I do not like that. I don't know.
So you're sitting there, you're nervous, I'm nervous, and we know it's the raw shit. But now everybody's sitting down, the room is cold, and now you already gave away your power before the music even started. You showed them that I don't really believe in this. So then when you leave the meeting, right, and you don't get the situation, you and me, we start to second guess the magic that we know is magic. And that right there, fuck it, let's go get a drink.
Yep.
And that turns into the
Yeah,
dependency.
absolutely.
Yo, it's crazy.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Not having a way to positively release. And then also having the skill set to recognize when you're doing it. Because I think it's human nature to compare yourself, but then it's also human nature to correct yourself. And then it's also human nature to actually release negatively. So when we are in the middle of that, figuring out, taking a breath and saying, wait, hold up, I'm starting to compare myself. Let me make the right decision with this. Because I think that also we can use it to, let me go become better. Let me go work on what I actually think is an insecurity. Or I can say, nah, I'm tripping. Like, I'm tripping.
That right there, that's a hard thing. Like, so my son, he's 9. He's like, want to play basketball. So I'm trying to break down certain aspects of the game. I'm like, watch Ray Allen's shooting motion. I was like, watch how the way Gary Payton plays defense. Watch how smooth ISO Joe's game is. I'm trying to break it down because growing up, it was like, I want to be like Jordan.
Yes.
You can't be like Jordan.
Be like Mike.
There's no Jordan.
Remember that commercial?
But you can learn a shooting motion and you can practice. You can get that. You're not going to ever be Ray Allen. But
Absolutely.
you can get a certain, and it's the same thing with MC.
Find your flow.
I wanted to learn from Timbaland how to program my drums so that they feel a certain way. I never wanted to be Timbaland, but I wanted to learn that. And once I learned that, now I can add me to what I learned.
Absolutely.
So it's a fine line.
Yes.
When you do compare, but you have to deconstruct.
Absolutely.
You have to deconstruct it because you can never be that person.
Yeah. And honestly, a lot of things aren't new. And when you take what's not new and then you add you, that's what makes it another version. That's what makes it a new version. It's you that makes it new. Once you take it in and then you decompartmentalize it, then you break it down and then you rebuild it and you put it back out, that's what makes it new.
They say originality is undetected plagiarism.
Wow. Woo, that's a bar. That's a bar. That's a bar.
You deconstruct it and it's like, what a hit record is this, right? When you hear it, first 8 seconds, there's something eerily familiar about it. It's something about this that feels familiar.
Yeah.
They did something. You may not know what it is.
Absolutely.
Until months later. Like,
absolutely.
Oh, that's the beat from.
Absolutely.
Hitmaker does that a lot. He'll take a 90s joint and you don't know why he doesn't. It's the nostalgia. Because I say nostalgia is a drug, right? Nostalgia makes you feel safe. I watch old shows because it makes me feel safe about reality because I know life is so fucked up. I just want to watch Cheers and just feel like I know what this feels like, right? So it's kind of like that thing with music is like, it's a cheat. I mean, creativity in general. Movies, they do this with movies all the time. You know what I'm saying? Like a certain frame, a certain, all of that stuff. If you really know film, a lot of the new stuff is just old stuff remixed.
So I love that. And speaking of just, speaking that life into your son, right? You have a daughter too, right?
Yes, 15, Symphony.
Yes. Can you let us know about family life and what's going on?
So last March, the mother of my children, Maisha, passed away, sudden heart attack.
Wow.
My kids walked in the living room, found her on the floor, gone. Now, at my job that I work, I take bodies to the morgue. So when they FaceTime me, I knew she was gone at least 2 hours already. So dealing with that, you know, my daughter is more talented than me. She's like for 2.0. But she can dance, she's athletic, she's just cool. You know, she's like Pharrell, Jaden Smith, like a female version of that. She's just super dope. And my son is just the heart of the family, you know. So having to be a single dad is crazy because I'm dealing with my own thing. I miss her too. We dated 15 years. And then we started to co-parent for 3 years as friends, and we were great. So it's been very interesting how to raise these kids in this environment when they dealt with so much trauma. So there's a level of grace that I have to parent with because I could never imagine me being in the 8th grade and walking in the living room, hey, Mom, and she's gone, right? I'd probably be outside shooting niggas. I'd probably be robbing niggas. You know what I'm saying? I would just completely lose it. So the level of strength that my kids exude,
Wow.
I'm impressed by it because I know I probably couldn't. I can't imagine not having my mother around.
Do you have any techniques as an artist or any type of ways that you deal with grief as someone who's creative?
You just got to make stuff. No matter how you feel, you just got to make stuff. And sometimes, my advice to artists is everything you make ain't for people to hear. Sometimes it's just for you.
Wow. That's
Remember,
good.
Tom Gist this is how you know I listen to the show. Tom Gist said, sometimes you got to write the book and maybe you don't let nobody hear it.
Wow.
Read
Yep.
it.
Yep.
But you got to write it because it's the release. You may not let nobody hear it, but you may need to cry. You need to make a whole song about whatever it is and cry and you feel good. Put on a hard drive. But you did it.
Absolutely.
Hey, but you know the difference when you make something that you want to share. There's an old thing we used to say in church. It's like fire shut up in my bones. Something so good, yo, you got to hear it. When it's like that, that's like, if it ain't like that, just chill. Just let it be. But you know when you need to share something. You know when something's so good, you standing up, you running out the room, you like, yo. That's what you know. But most of the stuff that we make it's for us.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So I have a question because I know you did. Your last album was Stadium
of One,
right? And I have a question because I listened to it earlier today, right? And I know you specifically told me like, listen to this, and that'll tell you everything, or that'll tell you what's going on.
Yeah.
But I want to know why you said that first, before I express how I felt when I listened to it. But why did you say that to me?
Because I went through a breakup. I was with this girl that I thought I was going to marry. Right. Broke up. Then Maisha passed. Then I had a major surgery while trying to raise 2 kids and trying to figure out bills. I couldn't work for 10 weeks. Couldn't really walk, really. You know what I mean? And if you listen to the album and you hear how happy it sounds, where did it come from? And if you listen to what the words were saying, I'm stronger. Through all of this, God, you made me stronger. Right? Drive. Drive is a song like, these kids is getting on my nerves, yo. I just need to drive. I'm going to put Miles Davis on and I'm just going to drive. I don't know where I'm going. So all of these songs showed you how I coped with the situation.
No, and that's, you know what, because when you said that, because like I know you were saying, you wanted to talk about, your children's mother passing. You wanted to talk about all these different aspects of your life. But the last thing that you said to me, well, yesterday, because I just asked you like, is there anything specific, you want to cover? And I just remember you saying that. So I really did not expect. That's why I'm asking you that, because I really didn't expect the album to be like that. Because when I listened to it this morning, like, it literally put me in the same kind of vibrations as the Andre 3000 Flute album. No, the Flute album.
The Flute, okay.
The Flute album. And I'm saying that because that album, a lot of times when I'm like, I can't really sleep or just I'm restless, I put that on at night to go to sleep to, and I always wake up refreshed. But when I put that on this morning, I felt, no, not even that. I literally woke up from a nap and I put it on maybe the hour, because I was like, no, I'm gonna listen to this while I'm getting ready, because that's the perfect time for me to hear it while I'm getting ready to do this show. And when I tell you, like, that I felt refreshed, like, I did not think that that's what I was going to hear based off of what you told me you wanted to talk about. So I was, like, going crazy, like, rapping to it. It felt like Saturday morning music. Like, it felt like...
cleaning up the house.
Yeah, it felt like that. And I was just bopping. I'm like, yo, this is fire. Like, and then there's times where there's no talking at all. And then there's times where then all of a sudden, you know, you hear you. And it's just like, yo, this is amazing. And I'm like, yo, why did he, you know, tell me that? And that's what I wanted to know, because it was a complete opposite. So now that I have the understanding of you're saying, like, you know, because it was like, yo, it's going to tell me where you're at. So I'm like, dang, this is a happy album. And I just didn't, I don't want to say I just didn't expect it, because I know you were going through grief. So I thought it was going to be more of a
sad,
everything, just maybe some of it, like me, and not everything, but just some. It's just an assumption. But the fact that everything was just uplifting, and I just felt really, really great. And just the things that I was actually freestyling, because I was going crazy. Like, I was going crazy, hitting every bar, and just going crazy, like in the shower, taking out my hair. I'm just like, like, like it was just coming out. So I love it. I love it.
It's my favorite kind of music to make.
Okay.
Right? Because rap is a sport for me. Right? I always compare what I do to, like, being a point guard, right? Like Sham God. Right? And I have this bar. I'd be like, I may not be Jordan, but I'm definitely Sham God.
I love that.
And I say that
Shout
because
out to Sham God.
I say that. Shout out, bro. I say that because the subtle influence that he had on the game, everybody's doing it, but it's subtle. If you don't know, you don't know, right? So rap or MCing is such a sport. It's such a, like, I'm going to prove to you. And back to the conversation about being a producer and a rapper. Coming from Newark, shout out Double O, shout out Red, shout out Diesel Don the Governor, shout out Brother Haas.
Yeah,
you know what I'm
shout
saying?
out
Shout out
Haas.
Sev, shout out
Shout out
Baz. You know what I'm
Sev.
saying? So it's like growing up in Newark, you coming downtown and Double O was freestyling on the corner of Dr. J's. You couldn't even rap out there if you wasn't official. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, coming from Newark, I always felt like I had to prove it. So rap is just that. When you listen to the album, it's just like, this is the best rap that I can conjure up. But that other singing and just making music is just, it's no thought. It's just all feeling. It's the way that I wanted to feel. It's not the way that I felt. It's how I wanted to feel.
Yeah.
I wanted to feel better.
That's so amazing.
Because I know my kids was watching me and I couldn't break. I couldn't break because my daughter's watching me, and she wants to break. And maybe the reason why she don't break because she see me. She know how much I loved her mother. And my son sees me. He's like, My cousin Kobe, shout out Kobe. He's a cinematographer, Michael Freeman. He came to my house and he was like, yo, cuz, like, how are you doing this? I didn't have I don't know. But I know when I made the album, I just wanted to feel something different.
Nah. You definitely got your point across, because I was already feeling good. Like, I came up off of a 2.5-hour nap. So I was already good. But I didn't even know I was going to feel like that once I finished listening. So I literally felt great. So I definitely want to shout that album out. Stadium of One. Make sure y'all
never
go
made an
listen
album
to that.
like that. And
it's so
the other
nice,
thing
man. So
that artists
energetic.
the other thing that artists have to realize is that you have to just allow yourself to feel it. Don't think about it. Don't compare. Oh, we're going to make this. We're going to make a... I mean, niggas be on the way to the studio. Oh, I heard this Kendrick. Give me a Kendrick type beat. You got to do what you feel, bro. If you do what you feel, you'd be surprised. Some of those notes and some of that, I sang all of it. I wrote all of it. Even the girl voices is me.
Wow.
There's no girls.
Honestly, I really didn't even know you sung. So I didn't know that till now. So I thought that I thought that was somebody else. Like, no BS. I thought it was an album that you actually produced and it was somebody else singing. Like, I really didn't know
I'm
that.
singing the male parts, the female parts. I mixed it. I mastered it.
Nah, it's
Oh,
fire.
I did the cover.
Like, that's definitely something that I'm going to put on. Like,
funny.
nah, I really didn't. No, we literally just met. Like, literally after the Nisa F interview, that's how we followed each other.
Shout out Nisa F.
Yeah, shout out Nisa F.
She got a show coming up.
Yes, August 16th.
Right.
Yo, shout out Nisa F. August 16th.
Right.
Make sure y'all pull up. It's on Central Ave. We'll put the flyer in there. We got to put the flyer in there.
Shout out Act Turner.
Got to do that.
The whole thing together.
Because her show is what brought us together. Even though we have a ton of mutual friends.
I didn't even know that you was already rocking with my brothers already.
Yeah, like, it's crazy. I always heard of you and I already know you. But like, it's so... I didn't know that part though, but I know everybody that speaks about you speaks super highly of you as a person. Forget the accolades that you have, but just as you as a man. But then they go into the work ethic. Like, yo, bruh, work ethic is bananas. You know, bruh's consistency is bananas. So I'm like, I've always heard that. You know.
Yeah.
So I've always been inclined to know you. Right. You know, I've been on your page tons of times and all that stuff. We just never had a proper greeting. So when the Nisa F interview dropped, that was our greeting because, you know, we started following each other from there. So got to shout out her and, you know, shout out for both of us to actually just DM each other and go off that feeling of talking to each other and making sure that we make this happen. But I have a question. So you have a new project coming out, right? Is it Monochrome 6?
Monochrome 6. It's the last
66
one.
66 or is okay.
6. It's my last rap.
I was about to say why? Why is that your last rap album?
My kids need me to be present.
Okay.
Right. And there's a quote that said, "Life is the thing that happens when we chase the things that we want to happen that never will." Right. So we're chasing this thing. We're chasing ghosts. And my daughter's 15. And she's like on the sideline, cheering. And it's her time. She's 15. I got all the talent in the world. How much talent she got? How much potential she got? How much potential my son got? He 9. I'm fire. He's 9. You know what I'm saying? Like, how much potential do these 2 kids got? What can they do if I pour into them? So let me do this last thing. I'm not ever going to stop doing music, but MCing, I think I have over 20 independent rap albums.
Yes.
If you ain't hear me rap by now, I don't know. So Monochrome Season 6, I have production by me, obviously, A-Rap Music, somebody named Jimmy Dukes. Some of the MCs, you know, Poppy Stores, Tom Giz, Docs, my man Big Ooh, he's from Trenton, amazing. Who else is up there? Real As Promise used to go by Phenom, one of my best friends. He's up there going crazy. And the album is probably the best rap album you heard in a long time. It's that Monochrome Season 6 is like when you used to go to the store and buy the tape. I remember being in high school and buying I Am on the tape and putting it in the headphones and putting my little cheap-ass Kobe headphones on and walking all the way from Irvington Center.
I miss that so much.
That's what that album feel like.
I love that. I can't wait. I missed that part of rap. Like going, like shout out to my bro TJ. We would go to the mixtape and CD store every Saturday to go and see what new mixtape dropped.
God.
What that was like prom. Was like the CD man downtown going through clicking them and picking up the big mics and I don't remember all of it, but I just missed that so much. So I can't wait to hear Monochrome 6.
Oh my God.
Monochrome 6.
I got a video out. The name of the song is Don't Know Me.
Yep.
Don't Know Me, Black Rob's my favorite Black Rob song. You know, I never see my face again. You don't know me, oh no. So I took the hook and then I made this cinematic beat that sounded like The Dark Knight. I don't think. Shout out Rock Davis. That's my brother. That's my business partner.
Rock Davis.
Right?
That's crazy.
Look,
that
right?
was my last question.
Rock is so crazy that we're shooting on the side block. I'm good. I'm doing my thing. Da 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 da. He's like, yo, let's just walk. And we walking. I'm like, where we going? We walk past Hastoria. Shout out Raekwon. We walk past his shop.
Yep.
And now we on Broad and Market at 2 o'clock in the afternoon on a spring day. Everybody outside. And I'm like, he's like, okay, right here. And I'm like, right here? All right, right here. And we start to do this video. And then as I started to get into it, it made me feel so proud. I'm so proud to be from Newark. Like, people don't understand what it is to be from here.
Yeah, absolutely.
Forget the hip hop thing. Go back.
Yeah.
I mentioned Wayne Shorter back in the day. Newark used to be one of the biggest places for jazz. Imagine walking down Broad and Market and Herbie Hancock and Wayne Shorter is like smoking a cigarette walking down the street. Or you go on Bradford and you seeing Miles Davis. Like, that's what Newark was before the riots. You know
Absolutely.
Like,
Kanye was down here for a while.
Kanye was right across from my man. Shout out my man Trace. He had a Jamaican food spot right across the street. And Kanye used to go there every day to eat. Know
You said, did you meet him hanging with Dougie Fresh? Like, how did that happen?
It was a 2003, 2004. It was a H2O film festival in Manhattan. And I was with Frank Messer, and I was hanging with Dougie Fresh. He just gave me his number. I was like, oh, shit, I got Dougie Fresh. And then my manager, which was partners with Mike Haran that worked at Rawkus, knew Kanye and introduced us. And what he said was, I got somebody that's here. He's like you, but he's better than you. And then he walks Kanye over to meet me, and I talked to him. This was so early that they only gave Kanye 2 songs. He did Jesus Walks, and then he did, I don't even think he did Through the Wire and did Jesus Walks. That was it. And then he got off the stage. It was that long ago. It was like 2003. And he was, and then I watched him just. But funny story is, at that time, he had Jesus Walks. Now, the fact is, I'm the first fresh Christian rapper from the early 2000s. There was nobody else but me. And then later on, when Brother Haas the Ripper got
I know
saved,
Haas the Ripper. Shout out to Haas.
Then Brother Haas started, and then Nucci Rayo came. So then we became like the cool faith-based rappers. But the true story, if you go back to 02, 03, I've been on a wave.
Now it's bananas.
Popular. Thank God.
Now it's bananas. Yeah, absolutely. The Christian rap scene is fire, and I mean it's always been fire, but it's actually
no.
No, but I'm saying is that
when I was going, they was on a Jesus is the one to save your soul. I'm talking about we in 02, they still doing that. You know what I'm saying?
No, when I say fire,
it was not.
Let's be clear. No, I'm not.
Was fire.
But see, look, but you talking about the 2002. I'm talking about maybe before, maybe 5 or 6, 7 years ago. I'm not going all the way back because in 2002 I was still only in the 7th grade. So my fire, where I'm talking about is more so maybe like 2015 and up compared to now.
MC Shan has a song MC Shan has an old song that said, I helped pioneer this. And the truth is, I helped pioneer Christian rap.
No, I'm sure, you have.
These are the breaks.
You definitely have. But so I can only imagine, because if you actually if I'm actually going to talk about the era you talk about, you're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. But I'm just saying, like, I'm more so talking about the last maybe 5 to 10 years. But if we talking about 2002 and up, you are right. You are absolutely right.
For me, it was like, number one, I'm from the city. You know what I'm saying? I'm from Newark. Like, you can't be corny.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Being that shout out my cousin Fluke. I ran with so many official dudes. Before Chink started calling himself Swerve, I'm with Chink. Anybody know Chink Showtime, the most thorough dude in the city? I'm with Chink. But I'm rapping about God all the time. And the way that they respect it, because I had to be good. And that's the culture of coming from Newark. You can't be corny and say you from Newark because they gonna be clowning you. So, I had to make my name in New York. I had to go to Joe's Pub. I had to go to SOB's, Bowery Poetry Club. I had to go to Sirius Satellite when they had the Cypher Sounds. Them had this show called Don't Quit Your Day Job. And I had to go up there every week and battle. I had to prove myself.
Absolutely.
But if you look at the bars, like Pusha T said, if you know, you know. There's scriptures in there. It's all kind of stuff. I just try to make it sound cool. But I was only comparing what I did to who I thought was great. So that's why it sounded better. It's not like I'm so nice. I just was looking at something different. And that's why the music came out sounding better. It was the company.
Love it. Can you let us know how did you and Rock Davis get together and start working with each other?
I was working on Drift's music. Shout out Drift in like, I want to say it was like 07 or something. Right? after he did the 106 in Park, after he killed 106 in Park, we started doing a project, and then he was doing videos with this guy named Rock Davis. That's my phone.
It's all good.
So he was doing videos with this dude named Rock Davis. I saw the videos, loved the videos, never met him, right? A couple years later, I'm working with my man Nico. Shout out my man Nico, right? Nico, we do this song called I'm On It, right? And then I actually meet Rock Davis. We do this big video, 151 Fever Gang. What's my man, Killer Kirk? Kirk was in the video.
Yeah. Shout out the,
know what I'm saying?
Shout out
Kirk,
the Unicorn.
Know what I'm saying? He was Rock Davis, Killer Kirk.
No, he was Kirk, yeah.
Right.
That was back in the day.
Killer Kirk, he in there. Unicorn is in there. We got this big video, and then we start to work.
Kurt Cobain.
Right. So then the funny story is I'm going with my brother and Maisha, my baby mother. We go to Rock's house. I think he was on 7th Avenue at the time. And I'm like, yo, I'm let you meet my man Rock. And he's like, that ain't Rock, that's Rock. Rock Davis and my brother went to West Side together, and they were friends in high school.
when you know artist's real name, like what? That's Ahmed.
Like,
that ain't Killer 39. That's Rock man.
Like,
that's Ahmed.
So me and Rock is real tight, and then he was cool with my brother. And I knew him from Drift, and then it started. He's from the same area. It's like I'm from Fleetwood and Ellery. He's from Meade, and Mike Homie is from right in there somewhere. So we're all from the same area, and it's just like we've been working for the past almost like 15 years on all stuff. I did the music for both of his films that came out.
Yes, you did. Yeah, you did the score, right?
Yeah, we just working.
Love
Rock is a real dude.
Nah, Rock is awesome. That's all. It's so much I can say, but he's awesome, and the world is blessed to have him. You know what I'm saying?
I never met somebody that's been so unbothered. We in Philly shooting the Heaven to Hell video. Meek Mill's, Jada.
Yeah, he did do that video.
He's so regular. It don't matter who it is. He's the same calm, laid back dude. Like he's a real dude. And he give people opportunity. He's the first director that had all the rappers, battle rappers in the city in the video. Scarface, John Legend, all these people. He got Sue Surf. He got Shotgun Shook.
Yeah, he had all of them in that video. He had all of them in that video. Like I seen that. I remember that. He had Surf in the video. Suge,
Riff was in the video. Bless McFly. I forgot other dude name. Yeah, everybody in the video.
Yeah, that was fire, man. I didn't even remember that. Yo, shout out to Rock Davis, man. Shout out to Rock Davis.
This is how crazy Rock Davis is, right? Ice Spice comes out with the song Munch, whatever. That's the song, Munch, whatever. Right? Come out with the song. He called me like, yo, we shooting the video. I'm like, all right. I'm living on Elizabeth Avenue. I come down the street. He's shooting the video. He's shooting Ice Spice video on Elizabeth Avenue across from the park.
Yeah.
Why? Like, right in the middle of the hood. Everybody out there.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it was crazy. Like, that was just crazy. Crazy.
Oh, that's fire, man.
Shout out Rock Davis. That's my bro.
Yeah. Yo, shout out to the whole crew. I just want to give a shout out to Rock Davis. Shout out to Vertical Jones. Shout out to Brick City Buddha. Shout out to Tom Gist. And y'all had a group, right? Wasn't it a group? It's Tom Gist, it's Brick City Buddha, it's Vertical Jones. It's one more person.
Real As Promise.
Real As Promise.
It's called Bar Mitzvah. It's and Clico Engineer.
Yeah, and Clico. Yes. And shout out to Clico. Got to shout out Clico, man.
Yo, this is my tip for the artists, right? And I'm gonna say this because you know what I mean, like you have to surround yourself with the best talent. Don't be afraid because somebody more talented than you. Because what happens is the only thing that's gonna happen is you're gonna get better.
That's who you need. That's who you should strive for. I remember even in class, like whoever. I remember learning. I don't remember what mentor taught me this, but whoever is the sharpest, that's who you need to be around. That's who you need to ask questions. And if the person is you, then you need to go and find somebody sharper.
I only got better as a writer, as an MC because of Tom Gist, because of Doc.
Same thing here.
We sparred for 20 years. We've been like competitively, and it keeps all of us at a certain level.
Absolutely.
You got to do that. If you're the dopest one in the room, like you need a different room.
Yeah, exactly.
And I know it feel good to be that guy, to be on the top of the hill. But I got a song called The Fallen that's on the album, right?
The new one? The
Doc sent me his verse. He in Houston. He sent me his verse. It's like 40 bars. It's just like I'm like, he like, you got your verse? I'm like, nah, I ain't got my verse. I got it now. Crazy. You need to be around people that are so talented that it take you a minute. Like, hold on. Anybody that know me, it don't take me long. 10 minutes. Blah blah blah. I may write it down. I may not. But that one, when you're around them, yeah. But it raises your level too.
Absolutely, absolutely. So, any last words? Anything you want to share before we go? This was so inspirational.
Oh man.
And educational at the same time.
Life is a movie. My life is a movie. I started to realize that, and my friends, they be with me, and something happened, I'd be like, see, everything happens for a reason, and the only thing that I could say is that we, as creative people, need to tell our story. We need to make as much video content as not the way they say do it. You need to record something. I'm making content for my kids. I'm making content for my son's grandson.
Absolutely.
Right? Because I wish that I could. My grandfather, Luther Jones, he was a famous contractor in the South, Wilson County. He built the whole city, churches, streets, whole shit. I wish there was a YouTube channel that I could watch him in the Jim Crow South build wealth. There's no video, him talking about him. You know what I mean? Like, I wish. So we look at our music and our content like, oh, nobody's going to watch it. It ain't for them. It's for your people.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? Like, imagine your granddaughter, right? With the blanket over her face. Sasha, go to sleep. And she's like watching you every night.
Yeah.
Her great grandmother.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's what I do it for.
Absolutely.
And if you look at it like that, you would share more.
Absolutely. That movie, there's a movie with Michael B. Jordan. I do not remember the name. But it was when he played, it was a true life story. He played soldier. Yeah, he was in the army. You know what I'm about to get to. Yeah. You know what I'm about to get to. And as he was on duty, he didn't make it. And when his wife was pregnant at the time, so as the son is coming up, he just was journaling and everything. And you see in a movie, the son actually takes that journal, and he's just ecstatic, like, my dad did this and my dad did that, and da-da-da-da-da, and oh my God, mom. And he's just becoming great as if his dad was right there. And so that point that you just made is excellent, because if he didn't have that, who knows how he gave the same lessons that he wanted to instill. So, you made a great point about that. Thank you for that. Tell your story.
If we make content like that, it'll hit different, because other people will relate to it too. Damn, that's some real shit. Damn. I made a video. I sent it to a couple of my friends. I was at work and I was like, yo, I hate it here. But at the same time, this is one of the only places I find peace, because it's in the middle of the night. So it's a love and hate thing. And I sent it to my friends. They were like, damn, that was some real shit. I wasn't trying to be prolific. That's how I felt. It was 3 o'clock in the morning. I'm like, I don't want to fucking be here. But then I'm like, it is kind of peaceful though. So it's like, if we share it like that, it'll hit different, and the people that really need to see it will see it.
Absolutely. I love it. Anything else?
Monochrome Season 6 on the way.
Shout out your video.
Yeah, it's called Don't Know Me.
Don't Know Me. Go check it out.
Directed by Rock Davis. If you from Newark, bro, I'm on Broad and Market. The brother got the final call behind me. He got the, come on, bro. It's no, yo, bro.
It definitely is.
Bro, look. If you do my shit, right? I'm downtown rapping in front of the arcade. Dude, drive up, throwing all kind of gang signs. It was just so organic. If you from Newark, that video, that happened. I don't know that dude.
I thought it was a part of the videos.
Nah, I didn't even know what was happening. I'm rapping, and then Rock put the camera off me. When I saw the playback, I was like, oh, that's fresh. They had already drove off.
That's fire.
And that shot, like where Kanye lived at, was right next to the arcade. The arcade is here, and Kanye's building was right there. So all of that is symbolic. Like, it was just like, so Don't Know Me, video's out now, directed by Rock Davis. The album, Monochrome Season 6, will be out in July. And I'm just, I know where I'm at, man. Like, I'm very appreciative for you, for this whole thing. I don't take nothing for granted. And like I said, when I'm able to tell my story, I know that my kids will be able to see it. My mother will be able to see it. My father in South Carolina, like, you know what I mean? My family members in Wilson will be able to see it.
Absolutely, absolutely. And I want to say one more thing. Make sure you check out your last project, Stadium of One. because I'm still lifted off that, you know? Like, I'm gonna be good the whole weekend off of that vibe. Like, you know how sometimes you leave certain concerts and you have like a high? Like, that album gave me that, you know? And so I just want to thank you for that, you know? So I want to shout that out.
It's a uplifting kind of thing. I make music, the music that I make that I release, I want people to actually listen to it. It's not like, yo, listen to my album. You listen to it one time, oh, that was dope, but you never listen to the shit.
Yeah, nah, that's not what
I want people to actually hear them, listen to them.
Nah, that's not how that was. That's not the feeling I got.
You know what I'm saying? I was saying when I came here.
It's in the rotation.
I was saying when I came here that I like the set because I can tell you guys care because of the attention to detail. The way that everything is, right? I'm the same way with music. I'm not just making it. If I release it, if I let people hear it, I want you to listen to it.
Absolutely.
So I'm glad
and feel it, because I felt it. Right. And I'm thankful for that. You know, thank you for that inspiration this morning. Because I didn't know what to actually expect, because I was trying to listen and being in a preparation of interview mode. So I'm listening from I gotta be on point. But I forgot about it. I went from like, all right, yo, like I gotta make sure I know this and like, all right, to yo, this we straight. Like this gonna be fire. Like it just took me out to what I want to feel. Like how you said, like I know what I wanted to feel like, and I wanted to feel comfortable and ready. And that album made me feel ready. You know, ready for our interview, ready for the day. So thank you.
I'm a little David Bowie in the way that you just will never know what I'm going to do creatively. You just like, it could be instrumental. It could be a spoken word. It could be a gospel. You just don't know. It's just however I feel I'm going to do it, because I've learned that my life is so fucking hard that this is the only way that I survive, is to make things that make me feel good.
Love it. Love it. So look, people, tell your story. Tell your story, not just for you, but for those coming up, your family members, and people who want to relate and need to relate to you. Tell your story. Health and Hip Hop Show. We got Vertical Jones in the building. Just bless the set. Right. And yes, thank you so much. Thank you to the listeners. Make sure you follow. Make sure you watch another episode, because we're in the same vibe. We don't want you to do this, watch the episode. We want you to feel the episode. We want you to share the episode. We want you to replay it. And honestly, these episodes are not something that you can just digest everything in one setting. You have to replay this like you will replay a Nas album. You have to replay these episodes, man. Thank you, Vertical. Yes, yes. I appreciate you. Yes. One love. Big Jers. Health and Hip Hop, baby. Let's go.
Fire. Very nice.